We go to Washington, D.C.,
What?
where Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says, crime rate? What crime rate?
Are you retarded?
I can take my dog out whenever I please.
Are you kidding me right now?
Really, Pete?
What?
Of course you can when you're surrounded by Secret Service.
Bingo!
But let's try that at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're by yourself.
Fuck.
I'll wait. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is What's Next. Hey everyone, Jazz Berganzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today. Of course, we are at the midweek hump day, Wednesday. Well, this is a guy I haven't spoken to much lately, but he was recently in the news. He showed up in Baltimore, of course, right after the Key Bridge got knocked down. No, we're not talking about Dementia Joe. We're talking about Pete, don't call me ball plugs, Buttigieg, yes, the Transportation Secretary. Last time we heard from Pete, he was avoiding St. Palestine, Ohio, because of some crazy trail derailment, that dropped poison all over the place and chemicals and, killed the fish, the water, and made the people sick. But anyway, facts. What do we talk about Pete Buttigieg for? Well, it seems that he decided to open mouth and insert foot. He says in Washington, D.C., the crime rates, I can take my dog out whenever I like, and nothing will happen to me. Well, Pete, when you're surrounded by Secret Service, of course, nothing's going to happen to you. But try that at 2 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, and, yeah, I'll wait. Here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Buttigieg downplays D.C. crime rate, says he can safely walk his dog. Of course he can. Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttplugs dismissed the idea that Washington, D.C. is experiencing a rise in crime, pointing out that a lot of energy was going into painting their narrative. Yes, because statistics and facts don't mean shit, because it's all about my feelings. During an interview with MSNBC, of course, no one really watches it, and Jen Psaki, and no one really watches this, on Sunday, Buttigieg highlighted how he was able to safely walk his dog in the nation's capital without any problems. Buttigieg, like many other elected officials, is provided with a security detail. Interesting. Quote, we need to talk about the reality here. And again, there's a lot of funding and a lot of energy going into telling a different story, especially the ideological news outlets online, Buttigieg said. And we'll hear a little bit from him in just a bit. But the simple fact is, simply reality right here is staring us in the face, including the fact that I can safely walk my dog to the Capitol today in a way that you couldn't do when we all got here. Really? So crime rate was up with Trump, down with Biden. Yeah, okay. After hours after Buttigieg's interview, 2 people walking their dog on H Street Northeast were attacked by a group of 6 juveniles. I know they're calling them juveniles, but I'm going to call them punks. Dirtbags, sleazeballs, maggots, according to the Metropolitan Police Department. One of the victims was reportedly stabbed, while the other victim was punched in the face and had his phone and wallet stolen by these Utes. Yes, I did say Utes. Washington, D.C. has reported 898 violent crimes in 2024, a 22% decrease compared to the 1141-47 seen in 23, according to crime data from the MBPD. There have been 558 robberies reported in 2024, 18% decrease from 680 reported in 23. Okay, he's actually saying crime is a little lower. Meanwhile, there have been 3,247 reported theft incidents in 24, a 5% increase from the year before. The nation's capital finished in 2023 with 5,000 violent crimes reported, a 39% increase from the 3,800 reported in 22. There were 6,000 motor vehicle thefts in 23, an 82% increase from the year before. But let's hear about Pete.
So we need to talk about the reality here. And again, there is a lot of funding and a lot of energy going into telling a different story, especially on ideological news outlets and online. But the simple facts and the simple reality are right here staring us in the face, including the fact that I can safely walk my dog to the Capitol today in a way that you couldn't do when we all got here.
My thoughts, quick one. Pete Buttigieg, Well, kids, It's fun to live in the land of fantasy, isn't it? Yes, it is, of course. Imagination, it's a wonderful thing. When you are surrounded by security detail, of course, you can say, I can walk my dog, I can walk with my partner, I can walk with my friends. I can pretty much do whatever I want because I'm protected by security. You know? Ask Hollywood, ask politicians, ask sports figures. They all got security detail. Of course they can walk safely. They live in gated communities. Of course they can go about their day safely. But those of us who live in the real world, Pete, no, that's bullshit. And that little comment, a little article right after, he said, I can walk my dog safely. When you had two people who were walking their dogs, one got robbed and beat up, and the other one got stabbed. So Pete Buttplugs is an idiot. He's a complete fool, a moron, a cretin, a maroon. This is the same guy who basically said there was nothing going on in St. Palestine when the train flipped over, spilled chemicals, deadly chemicals, killed the land, killed the fish, and made babies sick. But Pete says, everything's okay. I can walk my dog. Speaking of St. Palestine, update. They just got a settlement from the train company of $650 million. $650 million. This story got pushed under the rug. I actually caught it last night when I got home from work. I caught it. My wife actually made me aware of it. But once again, this is the reality we live in. Shit like St. Palestine gets pushed under the rug. Shit like the crime rate in DC gets pushed under the rug. You know, I hear nothing, I see nothing, I speak nothing. That is what DC politics is. That is what politicians in general across the country do. Look at California, a shithole. Gavin says, hey, Gavin Newsom, the governor of the wonderful state of California, hey, there's nothing going on here. We can let illegals in. No crime whatsoever. What are you talking about, my guy? You know, Washington, Baltimore, Atlanta, Detroit, Miami, Philadelphia. Shall I go on? Crime rates have exploded in the last 4 years to the likes we've never seen, but yet, according to Pete Buttplugs, there's nothing going on here. I see nothing as, you know, explosions are going on behind them, just like Frank Drebin. There's nothing going on here. Go back to your homes. What a fucking moron. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Thanks for watching the show. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Continue to spread the word. And we'll see you next time. Peace.